Good evening, everybody. Welcome to I'm Gonna Tell You Survivor Edition. I'm Donovan Worthy, along with
And
the best mom on the planet. And today we're going to be talking about episode 12 of Survivor 50 after coming off of Ozzy getting blindsided with an idol, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
yeah, that was fun. Well, not funny at the present at that time, but crazy, unbelievable, right?
Very, very. So
How
then,
many times? I'm sorry. How many times does that make him having an idol, going home with an idol, Donnie?
twice,
Two times too many, right?
way too many. So then we have Rick Devens, who actually went idol hunting immediately after having to use his when Emily got sent home. So with that, I feel like it's a little desperate, but with Rick Devens, you can never be too sure.
Yeah, yeah. I like the way he plays the game. He's just, I mean, not reckless, even though they were calling him that. I love the way he played the game. He made it fun. I mean, he was there to win, and he did everything he could to do to win the game. If it was unorthodox, crazy, what have you, it was very refreshing. I loved it.
Yeah, me too. So then we get into the challenge, and the outcome was not something that I was looking forward to because it was Joe, and I did not like that, unfortunately. So he takes two other people, which is actually Rizzo and Sari, trying to break up their bond a little bit, trying to get someone sent home. And they were trying to go for Devins, obviously. But Tiffany was trying to work some magic and save Devins for tribal council. But what do you think about that, Mom? Do you think Tiffany's right for working with Devins, or is it going to blow up in her face?
I think she was right for working with him. He's the type of player that kind of works with whoever he has to work with. Um, he didn't, I mean, I know he had an alliance with Emily and with Christian, but he was all, I mean, after a while it's getting down to a smaller number of people. You got to be change up your strategy at that time. So I mean, her working with him was great. I loved it. They did what they had to do to get by, basically. So it made it a little bit more exciting, a little different.
So then, right before tribal council, we actually have somebody pitching a very good idea, and it's Tiffany trying to flush out Rizzo's idol because yet again, Rizzo has his idol almost pretty much to the finale, and not one person has tried to touch Rizzo. And I'm trying to understand that you guys went for Ozzy, y'all made sure to get rid of his idol. So why is nobody going for Rizzo? Why?
I don't know. I think everyone's like he's got a great personality, but he skates by all the time, and I'm like, I don't get it. He's got an idol. No one ever really mentions his name. If they do, it's like in passing, maybe one person will vote for him, but he knows he's never in jeopardy. And that I don't like that. And I don't understand how he's doing it. But, I'm sure there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff we're not seeing too. So who knows?
So then on to actually something else before tribal council that actually got a laugh out of me. It was actually when Suri and Jonathan were talking and they go to sit on a hammock and they literally break it. They literally broke the hammock.
Yeah, that was funny and unexpected. I loved it. It was very funny because it's like you always see them getting in that hammock, all cozied up, and then it just falls to the ground. That was lovely. I liked it.
Me as well. So now finally on to tribal council. Devins basically goes in with no idol, but he actually has one last shot that he wanted to pitch in. And
Yeah, I like again. Rick was one of my favorite players. He was so just, I don't know, unorthodox. I love him. He was always doing whatever he had to do to stay in there. And he really probably bought himself, it seems like about 3 or 4 weeks of staying on the island or staying in the game. Um, just by doing crazy stuff, unorthodox things, as they called it, messy. But it kept him in the game, so he was able to get on the jury with the crazy antics that he did. He was able to. I actually thought he was going to possibly win at one time. I was hoping anyway, because like I said, he was one of my favorite players.
yeah, me too. Well, I mean, we all know who my favorite characters are, but that's
Yeah.
for another episode in another day. But unfortunately, Devins he plays his shot in the dark, but for what seems to be the third or fourth consecutive time now, somebody has played their shot in the dark and it just doesn't work for whatever reason. It says not safe, and I'm just
Mhm.
thinking, does this thing actually work? Like, does it work? Because this is like ridiculous that this has happened a consecutive number of times where it just says not safe.
Yes, I feel like that's like I don't know. I don't think it works because it hasn't worked for anyone. I just wish so bad that it did. Every time they pull it out, I hope they're safe. Because most of the time when they pull it out, like they're desperate. So I'm like, oh, let it work. I wanted it to work for someone, and I see it still didn't work, but whatever.
Yep. And on to the second part of the episode, and Tiffany is already concocting her scheme of sending home Rizzo with his idol, or even just flushing out Rizzo's idol.
Yes, I think that was a good strategy by Tiffany. But as we see as the season goes on, it looks like one way when they're all scampering around before the vote, trying to figure out who they're going to vote off. Looks one way, and then when we get to tribal council, it's another. So I don't know. I'm just like now, like not thinking. I'm like, okay, let's just wait for tribal council because with all the scampering around and scurrying around that they do, it never seems to really like pan out because it looks like they're going to vote for this one person. They get to tribal council and it's a totally different person, and most of the time it's unanimous.
Yep, that is not changed for this season, and it seems like it, but we'll get to that in a minute. On to the other part of this aftermath of Devon's going home, and it's Aubrey wanting Tiffany gone because Tiffany she has played a good game. Like she has won these challenges. She has two currently, even though one of them was with Joe. But no, I still count that. So Tiffany, she like what can we say like that's bad about her? She's pretty like close with everybody, even though she's pretty close with Sari, but she hasn't rubbed anybody off the wrong way. So why would you want to get rid of Tiffany? Like that's actually a good reason to get rid of Tiffany. But it's just like why? Like why are you like honing in on her? Like I understand like you're saying Tiffany is probably your biggest competition because she's just as likable as you. So I do understand it, but I just I just wish it wasn't Tiffany of all people.
Yeah, I think we are a little frustrated because we like her and we want her to win. But yeah, she is really, if you look at her, she's a threat because she can win challenges. That's one thing. So she can control her own destiny with that. Two, she's like she doesn't really piss anyone off. She's holding her temper because we know she's got one because we've seen it in the past season that she can really light them up if she wants to. She's holding her temper, so she's changed that. Um She's trying to be strategic with what she does, but it seems like from day one she had a target on her back, and I think because they considered her a threat, even though she hadn't really done anything, she hadn't really pissed anyone off or really. I don't think she had really even started winning challenges at that time in the early part of the game. She was pretty silent. She didn't have a lot of screen time, but all of a sudden she's a threat. So I just think they want to pick somebody to get out of there, and she's like an easy target for that. That too. So I think it's a couple different things. So she's good at the challenges. She can win any challenge she wants. Um, but the other fact, I think people just said, she's not really with anyone's alliance because she's not going to show her hand anyway. Even if she was with an alliance, she wasn't going to really let them know. And since everybody didn't know where she was, they're like, okay, she's fair game. Just like Aubrey at one point.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because like Tiffany and Aubrey play somewhat of a similar game. Because
Mhm.
think about it, are they like actually in one alliance? They seem to like just play the field, like trying to like get the votes to stack against somebody. They're not like really in one alliance because in the old gen, like in the past, like the old gens would just link up with people, get in their little alliances, and just like go right to the end, like possibly all
Yes.
the way to the finale, which I'm actually a fan of. But I guess with the new era, all they care about is idols, all they care about is blind sides, all they care about is making these strategic moves, and it's just a lot. But
Yeah.
onto this challenge. Ooh, this one takes the cake. This one might actually do it for me. It was a puzzle. It was like an obstacle course slash puzzle challenge. and they had to spell like this arch puzzle or make this arch puzzle, excuse me, to spell inconceivable. And oh man, it's just it seems like everybody's out to get Tiffany. Like we
Yeah.
previously said, everybody's just out to get her. You see Jonathan, Joe, Rizzo, and Aubrey all trying to spell inconceivable. I don't know what Jonathan and Joe were trying to spell. Oh Lord,
Yeah, I'm a good speller, so I was pretty snobby about the situation. They don't know how to spell, but maybe they were nervous. I don't know. But yeah, I really did not like that they were kind of, I felt like they were ganging up against Tiffany. They were helping each other, and it was blatant too. And then she's over there by herself trying to solve the puzzle. So to me, it was karma that she ended up winning that challenge because it was like was it three against one, four
I think
against one,
oh yeah,
whatever.
four against
Yeah,
one.
four against one. I did not like that. And I'm like, how dare you help each other? So if I mean, even if she wasn't really looking over there and just was kind of like paying attention, she can hear them helping each other. So I know that had to make her really mad.
You know, you can no, that's valid if she's mad about it. Like I'd probably be mad about it too, but she did. She stayed focused. She made sure to spell it out as well as she could, which she did, and she won that challenge. She wins another challenge. I'm just so excited to see how these people vote tonight because it seems like whenever Tiffany wins, they tend to come together and come to a consensus and actually use their brains to send home
Mhm.
somebody that's actually going to impact them in the long run.
Yeah, it's like when she wins, what makes it more interesting, it's like because of course we like Tiffany. Then when she wins, it's like, okay, what's their plan B? Because we see them scurrying around the whole time, just saying, okay, we're going to vote Tiffany out. That makes it real easy for them. But then I don't think they ever have a plan B in mind when she wins. So I love it when she wins because it turns the game upside down at that point, and then she have to turn around and vote one another off. So,
Well, I know you said that they don't usually have plan Bs for when they try to send home someone besides Tiffany, but for some reason they just go right for Sari.
oh
Not a
yeah,
second thought. They go right to Tiffany, and I think, and speaking of that, they go right into tribal council, and this really like just grinded my gears. Like I see the voting, I see Tiffany and Sari, they voted for Aubrey, and then I just see Rizzo. Yeah, let me vote for the person that has been my day one, that got me to where I am, and has had my back since day one. Let me just vote her out.
I
I
know.
like why why
It
is
reminded me of the season where Taj was voted out by her alliance, one of her closest people in her alliance. I hate that because I mean I'm old school too. I like to have it doesn't even have to be a big alliance. Just like with Kyle and what was her name?
Camilla?
Yeah, with Kyle and Camilla, that was a great alliance. It was just, I mean, they had their own alliances with different people, but their main alliance was just two people, and that worked for them. He was able to win that way. That's why I really like to see the alliances, and it doesn't have to be the big ones where you have a big group of people. I really don't like those. I like the smaller alliances where there's two people that are going to like stick together no matter what. I like that. I like to see that. Those are the players I root for.
Yep, well put. And that's going to do it on this edition of I'm Going to Tell You Survivor Edition. My name's Donovan.
And I'm Gina.
Have a good night, y'all.
Thank you.